So, welcome to Daily Practice with Nikhil, the space where mindfulness and everyday life meets. Every day we are bombarded with messages telling us to upgrade something, optimize, and transform ourselves. A new routine, a 30-day challenge, a hack that will finally make us the person we are supposed to be. But today, I want us to explore something a little uncomfortable, the dark side of this transformation culture. Why the promise of this self reinvention often leads us into guilt, exhaustion, and even shame. And most importantly, how can we step out of this cycle and rediscover what transformation truly means? So, wherever you are, walking, commuting, sitting quietly at home, let's take a single breath together. Inhale and exhale, and let's begin. So, let me tell you a story. A friend of mine once signed up for one of those high performance transformation boot camps. You know the type. Wake up at 4:30 a.m., drink celery juice, write 3 pages of journaling before sunrise, smash an intense workout, meditate for exactly 22 minutes, and then go dominate your day with a smile. For 2 weeks, she felt incredible, energized, alive, like she was finally becoming a version of herself she's always dreamed of. But by week 3, it started to show. Exhaustion started to come in. Guilty for sleeping in one morning. Ashamed when she skipped journaling because she had to rush for work. And in the end, she wasn't transformed. She was just transformed into burnout and also $2,000 poorer. So this is the seduction of transformation culture. It gives us hope, but it also sets up for failure because the bar keeps moving higher. The transformed self is always one more routine, one more purchase, one more hack away. So think back for a moment. Have you ever signed up for a course, a program, a 30-day challenge that promised transformation, only to feel when you couldn't keep up? Just notice what memory comes for you and notice how it feels in your body right now. And maybe you haven't done any of this and this is just new to you, then just listen in. So the myth is simple. If you push harder, you'll become your best self. But real transformation isn't about doing more. It's about doing things differently. The Stoic philosophers warned us centuries ago, don't become a slave to the opinion of others. And yet, this modern self help often makes us exactly that, performers of transformation rather than experiencers of it. It's like planting a seed in the ground, then standing over it every morning shouting, grow faster, grow faster, grow faster. And growth doesn't often work that way. It happens in silence, it happens in patience, it happens beneath the soil where no one can see. And here's the irony, when we force transformation that way, it slips away. When we allow transformation, it begins to take root. So, where in your life Are you forcing growth, pushing, demanding, performing, instead of simply allowing it? Now, the cost of this culture isn't just the money, it's emotional, it's guilt when we feel off track, shame when we don't live up to the picture we painted for ourselves, exhaustion of carrying the routines that doesn't fit a life that we are actually aiming for. And maybe worst of all, we end up performing transformation for others, smiling online, posting motivational quotes, showing up in the highlight reels, while inside we are actually collapsing. I once knew someone who looked like the very definition of transformation on social media. Always radiant, disciplined, seemingly perfect. And then one day she admitted, I've never felt more miserable in my life. Now, if your transformation makes you feel less kind to yourself, it isn't transformation, it's just another prison we have created for ourselves. So, what does true transformation look like? It's subtle. It's the way you respond differently to an old trigger. I will repeat that again. What does transformation look like? It's the way you respond differently to an old trigger. And that's it. That's what transformation is. So if you were in a pattern of certain things, you were doing the same thing over and over again, and this time you do it differently, that is transformation. The way you choose patience, maybe instead of getting angry at that person, the way you notice silence instead of rushing to fill it in. The real transformation is the friend who does not post about their meditation practice, but somehow radiates calm in every room they walk in or when you meet them. And the other important part is people say it's consistency over intensity, but it's also intentional awareness building. You have to be consistent in bringing awareness into this moment. So, slow growth instead of sudden leaps. And here's something you can keep in mind is if a practice makes you more compassionate towards yourself and others, it can be considered transformative. If it makes you more judgmental, it's just performance. So, keeping that in mind, let us do a mini meditation practice. Let's pause here, a short practice to bring all of that home. So, if you can, close your eyes. If not, simply soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in and slow breath out. Notice your body exactly as it is right now. Maybe it feels tired, maybe restless, maybe calm. Just notice. Now, gently ask yourself, what is one small shift I can make? Not to become someone else, but to become more of myself. Without the need for striving, just notice what arises. And now, return to your breath whenever you're ready. Open your eyes and lift your gaze. So, the next time someone sells you transformation, pause and ask, is this an invitation to become more myself or just another cage dressed up as freedom? Here's another thought: the true transformation does not need a $2,000 boot camp or a brutal routine. It needs your attention, your kindness, your willingness to show up imperfectly in the moment again and again. This is the heart of our daily practice and is available to you right now. So, thank you for being here with me today on Daily Practice with Nikhil. If this conversation kind of spoke to you, carry it gently with your week. Notice where it might be forcing growth and where you can instead allow it. So, until next time, be kind, be present, and be free. Take it easy.